Tim and Dan, this is Andy. I'm up here in Allen's Park, Colorado today, around 8,500 feet, working on that over there, you can see. And I've got your axe head here, Tim. Almost done. Thank you again for your patience. So, not an ideal way to shoot this, but doing what I can. We are, so I think most of the grinding is done. I would just have to go over to leave a more consistent surface, remove the marking fluid, polish, and all done. So Tim, you asked me to do a follow-up with what I did and how I kind of got to that conclusion, but after emailing back and forth with you, I think I measured the bevel angle originally at 27.5 degrees or so. I measured all the axes that I have and got down to around 20 degrees being the narrowest, so that's what we decided to do on yours. So that's what you're seeing here. I'm measuring it right now between 22.5 and 20. Those are the two slots on the little thing that I have, with those things. And probably the reason is also the shape of it. If we try to look this way, I'm not sure how good that looks because I can't really see the camera screen myself, but the bevel is not flat coming in, but rather comes in at an angle. So what I mean is, rather than it, say, being like that, it is like that. That's a slight exaggeration, of course. But my thought is in two ways, which first, when you're swinging the axe at wood and you make contact on this side, that sort of roundness will help push the axe out, which will leave that great surface texture that we like so much. And the roundness on the other side will help expand the cut that you made to pop that chip off more quickly and hopefully leave a cleaner and smoother surface. So that's where I'm at right now. So one thing that I haven't seen anyone discuss online is how to get a desired angle if you don't know what that is. Of course, you can just keep grinding and then measuring it, which is what I was doing. That was kind of a pain. But I thought back about 25 years to geometry in high school and decided on a double bevel, or really a single bevel if you think of the bevel as a triangle. Of course, here's 1, 2, 3 corners. And an angle, or more than one angle plus a measurement, you can figure out the measurements you want or need. Oops, I realized I was kind of off the camera there. Whoop. So what I did here is I knew that this angle, 20 degrees, so the internal angles of a triangle, I'll add up to 180 together. So 180 minus 20 is 160, so each side would be 80 degrees. I used my little measuring tool to measure right here the thickness, which I think was 0.299 inches, so just under 3/10, and put that into an online triangle calculator. And I got that this bevel length, or the side of this bevel, or the side of the triangle, should be, I should have written this down because I can't remember, but 0.843 or something like that. So that's why you see the scribing fluid on your head. I just put that on there on both sides. Set my measuring tool to that exact measurement and just scribed a small scratch on both sides. With that scribing fluid, it really stands out. Ground to that using an electric grinder. I used an angle grinder for the most part. I like that a little bit better than the bench grinder. That just lets me see the work a little bit better and see what I'm doing and make sure I'm not messing it up. And then went to my pedal-powered whetstone in the backyard, which removes material very slowly but leaves a very fine finish. So I think at this point you can see a few different scratches going in different directions, but I've gotten all the larger ones out. So I'll just go over it one more time to get everything sort of going in a consistent direction, make sure that I didn't miss anything, and then go to polishing, and then I'll be done. So Tim, thank you for your patience because I know it's been a while. Dan, thoughts? I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. So I measured the eye and found that your X has this little line right here, maybe a maker's mark or something, I'm not sure. But I believe that that should be, your X should be this way, because this eye was a little bit larger, so of course the wedge would go in there and secure it to the handle. So when I did that bevel, this side is just a little bit flatter, but still has that roundness. As Dan originally probably said in his video, that this side should be more flat. He said completely flat, which I know myself and I guess a couple other people disagreed with. So here we are, mostly flat, but not as flat as flat, depending on what flat is. Then the side does have a little bit more curve to it. So I brought a handle right here that I broke off a while ago, but I cut off the top. Fits in here. I'm going to jam it in and just stop for now, but go over there and try it out. Hope you don't mind.